everybody, DK here, and welcome to my review of Chucky episode 3 and 4. Now, I know what you guys are all saying right now. DK, you totally betrayed us. You said you were going to review every single episode in a row. Well, we ran into some complications here. The first complication we ran into is that Sci-Fi stopped putting the episodes up on YouTube, so they are no longer free to watch. They put the first 2 episodes up and then said, fuck you, you have to pay for the rest. I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought this was incredibly scummy. I would understand if it was just the first episode. That would make perfect sense to me. You know, throw them a bone and then make them pay for the rest. That makes sense to me. But giving us 2 episodes? Why the fuck would you give us a second episode at that point? I don't really understand it, and I don't agree with it whatsoever because I was absolutely livid when the episode never went up that night. I literally waited all night for the episode to go up, and it never did, and I didn't get to see the episode for another week or so when I finally broke down and decided I'd pay for it. So yeah, I ended up buying I bought season 1 on Amazon Prime so I could watch it because I love Chucky too much to not be able to watch this show, and I was already super in on the story with episode 1 and episode 2. So that's what happened. And the other thing is, because I watched, because I was able to watch it a couple days ago, so I could have reviewed episode 3 in time, but I figured at this point, why not just wait and then kind of do this in the same way, like do 2 episodes at once. So instead of making a review for every single episode, I would review the two most recent episodes every other week. That's what I'm gonna do. Hopefully it'll work out. Hope you guys will be okay with it. But without further ado, let's jump into this episode 3 and episode 4. So, overall, the momentum with the show for me has not slowed down whatsoever. I am still absolutely love it, and I have loved every of the 4 episodes we've gotten. I have loved every single one of them. I've watched the whole show beginning to end. At the moment, from like the 1, 2, 3, and 4, I've watched every episode like 4 times, I think. I absolutely love this show. Like, straight up. I love these characters. I love what they're doing with them. I absolutely love the way that Don Mancini is directing it. I like the score and the music and the way they're doing with Chucky. His lines are great. He still feels like Chucky. They got Brad Dourif, which is absolutely phenomenal. I'm really in on the show. Now, getting into the meat and potatoes of episode 3, we'll start with episode 3, then we'll go into episode 4. Episode 3 was a continuation off of it. They kind of show how Jake is totally like down to kill Lexy. He even comes like this close to doing it. Like, there's this scene when he's like chasing after her. She's like doing a running thing, and he's like chasing after her with a knife, and had well, I guess I can just say it, you know, this is a spoiler review, spoiler alert. He runs up to her with the knife, and he's ready to do it, and it turns out to be Junior, and he stops, and I'm like, if that was Lexy, I think he would have fucking killed her, like, right then and there. I think he actually would have killed her. So, yeah, there's some serious progression here. They don't just throw it off, man. They're not just like, nah, Jake's not a killer, man. None of that. No, he comes, like, this close to getting her, and then he's, like, in the fucking garage with, like, all these sharp tools. It's like, oh, which one can I swing the fastest? He's, like, stabbing this friggin' sculpture. Like, I'm fully believing, like, wow, Jake actually is going in this. He wants her fucking dead, dude. And, yeah, I mean, I understand, fuck that bitch, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, like, they're progressing his story. He feels like he's gonna fucking kill this bitch. And, then at the end of the day, he can't bring himself to do it, and all the other things are progressing as well. You know, you got Devin's mom. Devin's mom is still hot on the case. She's telling Devin, you know, stay away from Jake Wheeler. This is not a request, you know. She's trying to protect her son. Once again, like, all of the things all the things in the story for this show are progressing simultaneously along with this. But Jake ultimately cannot bring himself to do it, and he has Chucky do it. And they do exactly what I said that they were going to do. Although, I gotta be honest with you guys, if you thought that I was like a fortune teller for calling it, no, I saw the sneak peek and totally figured it out. Like, I do not deserve the credit for that. I probably should have thrown that out there when I said it in the first video. But yeah, I saw the sneak peek, and it was pretty painfully obvious what they were going for there. So, yeah, I'm not a fortune teller or anything, so don't give me credit for that. But yeah, but Jake gives the doll to the sister who loves Chucky, and then Chucky goes after Lexy, but not before taking care of Oliver there. And I gotta be honest with you, he was a dick, but I actually felt kind of bad for him, man. I actually felt kind of bad for him. I'm not sure why, because he was a dick, but I don't know. The way they recorded his kill was very mean-spirited. I don't know. For some reason, it just felt a little mean-spirited, and I actually did feel bad for him. Not a complaint, you know. They made me feel bad for the character in the show, but yeah. And then you get the final confrontation with Lexy and Chucky, and this whole scene I absolutely loved, and I really wish that they had shown, well, you know, we'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so you get this scene with Lexy. Lexy is in her freaking room smoking a blunt because she's a fucking bitch. And then Chucky shows up and he starts doing his Chucky thing. He's like choking her and he's doing the like feet kicking thing that you see him do a bunch of times in the Chucky movies, which is pretty great. Like an iconic Chucky move right there. Love that. He's like strangling her and he's like and then she like throws him off and he's like coming at her over and over and over again. And I absolutely love when he's got her there. She's crawled up. She's just like tears running down her face, like screaming. And he's just like, "This is for Jake, you fucking bitch!" And then he causes a fire, like this, the blunt that she was smoking causes a fire, lights up the whole friggin' room, and then you have this incredible scene of Chucky just laughing maniacally while this room gets engulfed in flames. And all right, I gotta get into something here because one of my favorite YouTubers of all time is Cody Leach. I love the dude. I absolutely love the dude. I watch every video he's ever made. I love the guy. He's easily in my top 3 favorite YouTubers of all time, if not my absolute favorite. I love him. I love his videos so much. And he said in his review for this that he didn't think it made much sense for Chucky to just stand there and laugh while this room was engulfed. And I have to be honest, while I can understand the reason he gave, I'm not trying to discount Cody Leach. He is one of my absolute favorite people on this YouTube channel, on this freaking website, okay? I'm not trying to say that. But what I'm saying is, he said that, Chucky is a very effective killer. He doesn't really give his victims a chance to escape all that often. But Lexy was a big kill. He wanted this bitch dead. He wanted Lexy dead more than any other person in that like current point in Chucky's life. He wanted that bitch dead over anything else. And from what I remember from all the Chucky movies, that is something he did. He savored it. When it was a kill, when it was a high priority kill that he was really proud of, he savored it. And this is another example of that. So I'm actually going to defend this because I think it actually makes sense. He's a maniacal fucking psychopath. It makes perfect sense that for this woman that he has been after for like 4 days straight, that he wants to kill so badly, he wants to end her life so badly, for him to have this perfect opportunity to create some epic thing. I thought it made sense. What I didn't think made sense was the fact that Lexy lived. And at the time, I was pissed because they end episode 3 with you thinking that Lexy is dead. Because how on earth would she have possibly survived that? But I go and watch freaking Cody Leach's review and he reveals that she's not dead. And sure enough, freaking episode 4 comes around and she's not dead. Now let's get into episode 4. Okay, so Lexy's not dead, and I have to be honest with you. Okay, you guys know how I said in the first video, I did not think that they would be able to redeem this character. I thought she was past the point of redemption. You know what? Let's save that a little bit longer. So Lexy's still alive. And she now knows that Chucky is alive. She goes after Jake, and she's like, "Yo, what the fuck? Your doll tried to kill me." And you kind of have like she goes off on him. She's like, "I know now, you're trying to kill me. I get it." Like, everything is revealed in this. She knows everything now. And this kind of creates a bond between these two characters because they're the only two people in this current point in time that know that Chucky is alive and is trying to kill people. And, Jake is like telling her, like, you could tell anybody you want, no one will ever believe you. Everybody who's ever tried to talk about Chucky has either wound up in like a mental institution or in like a mental institution or worse. And, she tries to do it. She tries to go to her family. She tries to tell them. Nobody will believe her, just like you said. And of course, she goes to Jake. Now, at first, I was not in for this at all, because I've hated this character since the very beginning. But somehow, I have to be honest, I think they're freaking doing it. I think they're actually redeeming her, because it feels like, I think it's because of the actress. I think it's because of the actress that portrays Lexy, because I know for a fact I've seen her before. I can't put my finger on it. I really should just do the research and, figure it out. But I know I've seen that chick before. But she portrayed this character so well to where even though I hated every fucking fiber of her being for the first two and a half episodes. And there was that also, I forgot to say, in episode 3, they did kind of start the Lexy redemption as well. There was that scene where she was like singing to her sister, which was pretty nice, and she apologized to Jake and all that. It's intercut with a bunch of bitchiness as well, but they kind of started there. But I think it is the actress that is portraying this well, because somehow, even though I absolutely hated her for the first 3 episodes, pretty much, somehow I feel like I actually could get behind them redeeming her, because it feels like in this episode there is this scene when they are a team now. They're trying to kill Chucky. They're an unlikely team trying to kill Chucky. And he says to him, "I can't remember the last time I was happy." And then Lexy replies, "Me too." And she has tears in her eyes, and her family won't listen to her, and she's not a very liked person because she's a bully. And when you get that, you're like, it's the standard bully thing, bullies bully people because their life sucks, so they have to take it out on other people. It's that standard thing. But the way that the way that the actress is portraying Lexy, I don't know. I think there's potential to actually redeem this character, which I'm mind blown about. I have no idea how that's possible, and I can't even really portray what I'm feeling in my head here, but I really do feel like there's potential somehow to redeem this awful person, because in this episode, Jake fucking tells her. Jake lets her have it. Fuck you. I wanted to kill you. She asks you, why did you send Chucky? He just straight up tells her, I wanted to kill you. I wanted you dead. And I absolutely loved in episode 4 when they're at the top of that friggin' staircase and she's like, why would you want to kill me? And he's like, I wanted to kill you because you fucking deserved it. He just let her have it. That was so perfect. And in that moment, you feel like you see Lexy standing there, the tears in her eyes, and I don't know, man. They're doing it. They're somehow managing to do it. I can't believe it. I'm absolutely dumbfounded that I actually am kind of supporting the fact that they're gonna try and redeem Lexy, man. I cannot believe it. But I'd be lying if I tried to deny it. I would be. I really think there's potential here, and I'm super excited to see where it goes, because the way that this actress is portraying this character, she is doing a really good job. She's like Steve Harrington, man. Joe Keery is just such an awesome guy and such a great actor. And the way he portrays Steve, how he went from this total douchebag who I couldn't stand to easily one of my favorite characters in Stranger Things. It's the same deal, man. This actress is doing this absolutely perfectly, and I think there is genuinely potential here. Now, the rest of this, I've gotten that out. Let's talk about the rest of episode 4 before I sign out here. So the rest of episode 4, you get a lot of stuff in the hospital here. You're kind of recovering from the aftermath of episode 3. You get you see Oliver's parents' reaction to finding out that Oliver's dead, and once again, that hit me right in the feels, man. That was so sad, when they walk in the hospital and Devin's mom tells the parents and they just break down, man. And I also really loved the scene in this when it was Junior's parents versus Lexy's parents. That was really great as well. And also, Lexy's parents are also kind of a standout in this episode. You get that one when Lexy is trying to go to them and trying to be it's all Jake's fault. They won't believe her because they know how much she's tortured him, and they just let her have it. They're just like, haven't you tortured that poor boy enough? And as they walk away, you see the despair in Lexy's face, and you're just like, I can't believe I actually feel sorry for this fucking person, man. I can't believe it. And yeah, I really did think that Lexy's parents were a good standout in this, and I really did like the interactions between them and Junior's parents, and really awesome. And as for Chucky, he is pretty great in this episode. You get a new look for Chucky where his whole half is all melted down because of the fire, which is pretty darn cool. And yeah, I did really like it. And he's his standard Chucky. He's throwing out one-liners. He's killing people. He does a pretty great kill towards the end of this. That was pretty funny. I don't want to go into the entire scene, but it was a very funny, and it was a murder scene that was definitely played up for laughs, and I definitely think it achieved it. And yeah, I mean, if you've seen this episode, then you know what happens. I don't need to tell you everything that happens in episode 4. I can just tell you that I really liked it, man. I really liked it, and I gave you all the thoughts I wanted. What I really wanted to do in this video was I wanted to portray why I feel like there is potential with the redemption of Lexy. And personally, I feel like I've achieved that pretty decently well, if I do say so myself, not to toot my own horn or anything. But yeah, I don't really want to just sit here and spew out. Although I will briefly touch upon the fact that they worked Eddie Caputo into this as well, making him the childhood friend of Charles Lee Ray. And when they revealed that kid that they were kind of building up through the episode with that flashback sequence was Eddie Caputo, I was like, oh, it's that guy, you know, you point at the, just like Cody Lee said, you point at the screen and you're like, hey, I know that guy. So yeah, that's kind of fun as well, because, you never really gave a shit about Eddie Caputo. He's just a character in the first movie. He's one of Chucky's first victims. Actually, he is the first victim, right? I think he is the first victim. Yeah, you don't really ever care about that, but it was fun how they threw that in there, man. I don't think it makes any, I don't think it makes like I don't know what's the word here. I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense that he would like meet him at a young age and like start like getting him on the path of serial killerness, and then they kind of team up later on in life. It makes sense to me. So yeah, that was a fun thing they threw in there as well. But overall, guys, I am still 100% on the ride. I'm loving this show. I love Chucky, man. I love the freaking Chucky dude. I love him so much. He is my boy. And if this show continues on the path that it's on, it's gonna be another absolute smash hit in the Chucky franchise. So there you go. You guys have heard my thoughts on episode 3 and 4. Now I want to hear all of your thoughts. Leave them down in the comment section down below. Leave me all your thoughts. Do you think that there is potential to redeem Lexy here? Do you actually think that Jake and Lexy can make up and actually become friends? Because I gotta be honest with you, Episode 4 was an eye-opener for me, and personally, I think there's potential, but I want to know what you guys think. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, to reiterate, from now on, I'm going to be reviewing 2 episodes of Chucky every other week. So you're going to get, so after 2 episodes have come out, I'll try and get the review up like the day after. Like, I'm getting it this time. I got it this time. Yeah, baby. But hopefully I'll be able to stick on to that. I don't know. Not a promise. I'm just going to try to do it, okay? But thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and this is the Guillotine signing out.